Okay, this video is dating advice from the nurse and her friend. Okay, so I ran into the nurse recently and she says to me, you're 60 years old. You're really too old to have a child. I said, me? What are you telling me? I'm too old. I'm no longer fit to breed. And she says, it wouldn't be fair to the kid to have such an old father. I said, me? I'm totally healthy. And, I would do everything. I'm a devoted father. I was to all my previous kids and I would to any future kids. I'd do everything I could to help them and the mother. Nurse, you're too old. And so me, well, what do you recommend? And she says, well, maybe you should find a woman about 50 years old and take her out for dinner, and you're going to have to let her talk. You talk too much. I said, me, how could you say I talk too much? I didn't even have a cell phone for 10 years. How is that talking too much? In my experience, it's women who talk the most. They're always going on and on and on about all sorts of trivial stuff. Nurse, not all women are like that. Me, now. Whenever a guy makes a generalization about women, the other women and then usually some white knight wussies, they all jump to her defense. It's like, like a woman could never do anything wrong. This country is so feminized, it's ridiculous. Nurse. And when you take her out, do not stare at her food and do not make comments about it. Nurse's friend, yeah, that's a turnoff. Me, well, thanks, coach. Nurse. Do you know every doctor in the world? Me, no. Then why do you say you're the best doctor in the world? How could you say that? You don't know them. How could you say that? Nurse's friend, yeah, that's a turnoff. Me, well, I've studied the internet doctors and nutrition literature and the medical literature in the fields of interest to me, and I do think I'm the best one. When a doctor tries to transform a field, do something good, make things better, lots of people hate them, they criticize them, they mock them, they do passive-aggressive stuff to them, their videos and books get shadow banned. So the doctor has to be very confident he's right and doing something good, otherwise he won't be able to take the pressure. I said, and look at Michael Jordan. When he gets embarrassed or humiliated or makes a mistake or gets beaten, he comes right charging back to try to win. She goes, well, that's Michael Jordan. That's basketball. People care about that. Nobody cares about nutrition. Nobody cares about all this stuff you do. And I'm like, yeah, right. You mock it. You think it's a big joke, okay? So I have to be confident myself or I wouldn't be able to push with it. And I do realize, being a nutrition expert, that and $1.50 to get your ride on the bus. Nurse, and you should dress better. Nurse's friend, you need to buy some new shirts. Maybe go to Macy's. And I said, me, look, I dress okay. That's not the problem. The problem is that I don't know any women. I don't meet any women that are single and available. All I have is these work women who are unavailable. And other than that, I don't ever meet any women. And I tried the dating apps and they all stink. I didn't meet a single woman. I didn't even chat with a single woman. It was a waste of time. Nurse, you didn't let her talk. You shouldn't do that. Nurse's friend, yeah, that's a turnoff. Me, look, okay, thanks for the advice. I have to get back to work. Now, just by comparison, here's the advice I get from guys. This is a guy, about in the 30 age group. And he says, 30-year-old plus women, they know that they're losing their looks every year. Every year they look worse. And most of them realize they're never going to find a husband. They're starting to become desperate. You could get one of them, but don't marry them or they'll divorce you right away for the money. So anyways, that's the dating advice I'm getting these days.